Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today we're going to do a classic read, so we're going to take a look at what's happened with Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine collectives. And I was actually reminded by somebody in my community that I didn't forget, but that's how it was channeled, the messages that were coming in for the 6/6 portal. We're supposed to look at what action is being advised to take, what action is being taken by the twins to get closer to union. So we're going to answer that question today, as opposed to just an energy check for the connection space. Also, I keep pulling cards from Self-Compassion deck. I'll pull one today since we are unofficially calling this the Self-Compassion Week, and giving you some new ideas and practices for how you can bring more self-compassion to your life and maybe give some hints to people around you. And at the end, I'll pull some cards from the Divine Masculine Messages deck. It's the deck by Play and Healer. All right, let's start with the Oracle deck, and today is going to be the Cosmic Journey Oracle. I hope you guys are doing great. If you like what I'm doing, like my content, don't forget to click the like button, to subscribe to my channel, to add a comment. And by the way, I have a link for donations in the description box. I will add Venmo account to it as well if PayPal is not convenient for you. And of course, I'm available for personal readings and coaching sessions. So let's see what we have for Divine Feminine Collective first. What do we need to know today? I've already packed my bags for the Nevada trip, where I'm gonna be doing some, oh wow, a few cards. Let's try again. I think that was a little bit too many. Let's try again. I don't think I'll have a chance to post readings from the trip, but I am doing recordings for a couple of extra days while I'm still at home, so you guys have something to follow on and to keep yourself going on this journey while I'm away. And then on Sunday I'm gonna be back home recovering. But in my case, it's usually active recovery, Okay, we have ask wonderfully, receive graciously. Ask and you will be given. Apologies about the train. Ask and you will receive, right? So this is this Lammas Gate symbol, which is the symbol of infinity, but also what I'm guided to point out is it's this connection between the 3D and 5D space, right? It's how do we attract what we want into our lives. This is that law of reciprocity, natural law of reciprocity that you should be mindful of today, and it's number 4. So that's what is building the foundation for your 3D life. And what is it that you're trying to build for yourself? What do we have for Divine Masculines? Memento Mori, there might not be a someday. Yeah, so Divine Masculines have really been guided towards being more conscious in how they use their time, their energy, their resources, and doing more towards the ultimate happiness and what's in alignment with the soul, rather than just running errands and making both ends meet for some, I'm getting, and just trying to comply with certain 3D standards of what success looks like, or that they're supposed to provide for other people around them, etc., etc. And of course, sometimes we all make some hard decisions where if we construct the sentence and the statement that way, it's like, if my goal is to provide for my family, my loved ones, right, whoever is dependent on me and my well-being, then it's quite possible that we're choosing the options that essentially pay better, even if it's not exactly what we are going to do. But what I would say, and even from my personal experience, it's okay if you do it for a while. It may be as a temporary solution and may be the best option in the moment, but you shouldn't stop there. You shouldn't settle. Like in relationship, you shouldn't settle especially as twin flames, that's what we're supposed to teach the world, that it's not good enough and you're not doing anybody any good if you're making it look like you're happy. It's not good for you, it's not good for the other person who you're settling with. Somebody needed to hear that today. And it applies to everything, to the job, to the kind of friends that you have around you. Maybe you are spending time with them because, and that's still divine masculine, so I'm channeling for them, but important for anyone who feels that it resonates. Maybe you're spending time with them because you've known each other for 10 years. You've been through some tough times together. And that, sometimes that's the essence. That was the reason they were in your life, for that experience. It doesn't mean that you need to stay around and to keep supporting them and kind of stay in the same vibe just because, right? That was yesterday, a year ago, 10 years ago. What about today? Do they still vibe with what you are achieving or what you feel is, making you happy and joyful and excited? If not, then so be it. Let them go. And usually that's what's the interesting part. We actually get Two of Pentacles for Divine Feminine, and that's basically Lammas Gate as well. And oftentimes in this card we have Lammas Gate shown, like you're juggling between. You have to make some hard choices, or to balance rather, right? Usually as we ascend and we get into the higher vibe space, those people, circumstances, events that are not serving us, they're falling off naturally. But it's important to let them go, to let them fall off, and not just keep grabbing onto them. That's the Taurus energy actually that we are challenged by, as we have North Node in Taurus this year and half of the next year as well. Why are we clinging to something? Is it just out of habit? Is it because this is our comfort zone and at least we know what this is about and we don't want to go out there because God knows what's gonna await us there? Or we've spent 5 years building this, so why would we leave it for something else? Right? These are old paradigms and old templates we're supposed to break. And as a global community, we're challenged with that now, with everything that's going on in the world. The wars, the economic crisis in America, we have gun violence, you name it, even cataclysms with the climate, with the weather. All of it, and COVID cases that are skyrocketing in certain parts of the world. All of this is challenging our status quo, what we're used to, how we've been living our lives. And this is like that boiling point where you cannot stay as you were before anymore. You cannot just stay aside and keep a neutral position. You have to make some choices. You have to take a side, even if it feels unfair. And most importantly, you're asked to be an active participant in this, rather than say, oh, my opinion doesn't really matter here. Oh yeah, I know this is not gonna change ever. No, these are the times where we are given a voice, and we are supposed, if not from a legal or official perspective, at least in our own lives, in our own environment and energy field, we're supposed to make changes and start with our own lives, if anything, right? Okay, Divine Masculines, what do we have for the energy? Wow, King of Pentacles. Yesterday we had King of Cups. I love this so much. And this is about, the King of Pentacles knows how to use time and resources correctly. Well, time is a resource as well, to become successful. That's what Divine Masculine has to be paying attention to. What is Divine Feminine doing? What kind of action are they taking to get closer to union at this time? Okay. The Empress. Wow. What about Divine Masculine? What is Divine Masculine doing to get closer to the union? Five of Wands in reverse. Love this. Working through karmic cycles. Everyone doing is what they're supposed to do. It's amazing. Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Wow. You cannot make this up. That's the driving power, the power of love. Now, both of the twins are feeling this. Even if it's not overly conscious, they subconsciously feel that that's the petrol. That's what's keeping this going forward and progressing in a positive way. The loving energy that needs to be brought to the situation. Not competition, not judgment, not jealousy, not self-criticism. As I still see a lot of people, less and less these days, but from my studying and teaching days, I remember I had come across so many people who would be thinking that if they criticize you, you're gonna do better. You're gonna learn better, you're gonna be better because you're gonna be challenged in that negative way. It's like, what do you think you're doing? It's like, how are you gonna be a successful XYZ if you are ABC? You know, for some reason it was supposed to be the encouragement piece. And it's like, well, it doesn't really encourage anyone. Even if people are pushed towards doing better, it's not coming out of a good place. So it's a very temporary energy, and in the majority of cases it creates more trauma and more karma that needs to be cleared up and healed afterwards. Please clarify, let's get clarity. Please clarify Two of Pentacles. Wow, for once. Please clarify King of Pentacles. I'll slow down a little bit because I feel like I'm going crazy with this deck, and the deck is going crazy on me. Wheel of Fortune. Please clarify the Empress. Please clarify Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, thank you. So, Divine Feminine, you have Two of Pentacles clarified by Four of Wands. So there is this constant choice that needs to be made, and Divine Feminine is feeling it every step of the way on the daily basis at this time. Do I choose strong loving foundation, or do I choose something that looks good but I know that it's not gonna last? You know, an easy quick win or something solid, something long-term. Four of Wands is about long-term commitment. It's about solid partnership, right? Whether it's in relationships, in personal relationships, in business relationships, right? That's the ultimate, that's the baseline. And speaking of which, so we have four here. So I explained the connection of this card with this one, with the Lammas Gate and this juggling part. Four of Wands, you see here it's card number 4, and this is 4. So building a foundation where you don't have to choose between one or the other. You can have it all as long as it's balanced. You don't have to choose that I only can have this if I give up this. If it's coming from a kind, loving space, then ultimately it shouldn't be that kind of ultimatum. You may need to set your priorities straight. And that's the step that's Divine Feminine is taking right now. You have clarifiers are Nine of Swords and the Hierophant. So rather than focusing or overcoming anxiety to become that leader for your own life, your own leader, your own role model. Wow, it's such a strong message. Thank you for bringing that in. And becoming role model for others. It could be scary, it could be intimidating. To go out there with confidence that you have something important to say and people will want to hear it and follow it, and they should, right? It takes a lot of guts to do that. And that's what Divine Feminine is doing now. Overcoming fear and anxiety and getting herself into that energy where it's natural, it's just flowing. Don't have to be trying too hard to be that leader, even if it's for your friends and family to begin with, if that's how you're guided to share of yourself. For the masculines, we have King of Pentacles clarified by Wheel of Fortune. So Well, we already saw this Wheel of Fortune here, actually. That's a similar vibe energy here. What it means to me is that divine masculines are put in a very favorable energy for growing their resources, their abundance, and their success and their self-esteem as well in the 3D realm, with their status, with appreciation and respect from others, and with actual abundance, whatever it means to them, right? So they have a chance to go much further than they used to. There is the divine intervention here helping them, actually pushing them into doing more, being more, showing themselves to the world. Notice this kind of correlation with the feminine. What kind of action are the divine masculines take? And we have Five of Wands in reverse, clarified by Queen of Swords. So this truth and nothing but the truth. And again, this is not an easy energy to be in. Focus on the truth and remove this outside noise. Remove the expectations, let's call them that way. Expectations from people around them on what exactly they're supposed to do, how exactly they're supposed to conduct themselves in the world, what are they supposed to say, how they're supposed to build their lifestyle, you know. They are really looking the truth in its face, to like, what do I want? How do I want this to look like? It's my life. I'm supposed to build it the way I feel is right, not the way all these other people are telling me from their experience, right? But this means standing up to them, and that's the challenge, that's the hard part, right? Because if it's your friends or your parents or somebody you love, it's even if it's a karmic partner that they're with and they still feel like they have feelings for each other, and they might as well, right? It's hard to go against that and just say, you know, I know what I want in this life, and if you're not on board with what I'm doing with my life, bye, right? It's not easy to say that. Okay, let me get a card for self-compassion for today. What's the self-compassion practice we should try out today? Okay. Oops. Thankless job. Maybe no one else will show their appreciation, but you still can. Take just a moment and write yourself a note of gratitude for something you did for you. How big is that? Remember, I spoke a little bit about being a role model for yourself. And this is about what you do for you, how you take care of yourself. Write a note of gratitude to yourself. You know, like those thank you notes. Do one for yourself. How easy is that going to be? Let me know in the comments how easy it is for you guys to show gratitude to yourself. Let's get some messages from divine masculines to feminines. Just like the cross-galactic messages. Okay, we have please forgive me, and I'm so done with where I am now. Yeah, we could see that in the cards. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon.